Hey guys, it's Kriptayto here, and today we are back with some more Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. So last episode, we had finished our little class trial, and apparently Makoto was guilty? Crazy, right? But by some miracle, Alter Ego helped us survive. So we fell down this hole, and we're just gonna see what in store for us. Is that an airplane? How would something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? Airplane? That's a rocket and a tank. I'd better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. Yeah, just go to the door. Wait, why are there two? Chair? A desk? It's a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. Wanted to stay with you, Makoto. And it's here? Okay. Well, the biggest mystery of all. The door. Rattle, rattle. It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't gonna be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. The equivalent of dumpster diving. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. Aww. But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Yeah, I just don't drink it. Again, pointless. Just slowly starve and die. That's all you can do. I feel like I'm being blocked on all sides. But that's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink or do anything. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to pass. All I did was sleep. And sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. Well, however, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. Ooh, what fell down? Crunch! What the? More garbage! Whoa. The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. Well, you have more garbage to look through. As I watched, a pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down there, or something fell from up above? What could it have been? What? So apparently Makoto's garbage. Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. KYOKO? Huh? Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells
Oh,
awful.
KYOKO, I like your new hat. Really suits you. This place smells awful. KYOKO?
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, KYOKO. You've got a bit of garbage on your hair. No, it's just the way I express myself. It's my new style. You like it? She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
Oh, you got it off. First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. KYOKO! Thank you. I snatched the bread and water she was holding out for me. 10 seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach. Whew, that really hit the spot. Now that I've got all the energy, I need to keep going. So, you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. Thank you. Well, do you have... How are you down here? What? But, Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt. Or, no, to atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you.
I...
I abandoned you. Don't say that, you didn't abandon me. I mean, you're here now, right, Kyoko? That's enough. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason I had to survive, no matter the cost. And what is that reason? Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive
In other words...
is so that I can do what I came to school to do. And that is... You know... What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak.
Indeed.
That's right. At least, I did. Once. Once? Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot, but that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory, that's impossible. Amnesia? Then, is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as you arrived at the school? The first thing. Oh, wait. The first thing. Wasn't there like a little like black hole sucking thing? And Makoto got transported into the costume? Was that it? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. Oh. So they had their memory when they came to school, but right when they passed out, that's when their memory got erased. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seemed much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But, why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I could come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plan. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
And it could also mean, somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you said is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that and we worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always a chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. One of us? No. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too much a big deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind. One of us? If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But, why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but... I see. Thanks, Kyoko. Your intuition was right though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could be the mastermind. I understand.
I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
To stay here. It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey,
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know, I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. Yeah, KYOKO. You're very convincing. I think that's just your personality. Maybe. Well, is there anything else? You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So, how did that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. Oh, you mentioned your ability. My ability. What everyone should have known me for. Has to be some detective stuff. I'm the ultimate detective. Oh my god, I got it right on the dot. The ultimate detective?
correct.
And the reason I came to Hope Peak Academy. There was someone I had to find here in the school. You have to find someone? Who?
So,
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What? Okay, he's your father. What?
in other words,
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. KYOKO's dad is Hope's Peak headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I'll find the headmaster.
no matter what.
No matter the cost.
So,
KYOKO, what's going on? Oh. My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
however,
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear, so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
so,
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the dress drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
it's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd find. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. Is this some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check. Smart. And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However,
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. Why? So what was it like, that part of the school? I mean, it's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever is going on at the school, whatever is going on in the school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean? What did you see? What? Where? I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Sounds like it must be important. And really ominous. I mean, something like that.
however,
Of course, once I got to the second floor, there were no cameras, no monitors, which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. What was going on? It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
However,
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. Wait, what? So it wasn't Makoto. Then why did Monokuma say Makoto was guilty? I know you're right, but that just means it was a setup. It was a setup. I feel like whatever person was executed, they would have gotten it right. Everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
anyway,
What can I say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed.
indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew that they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore the Hope Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
hey,
There's one other thing that I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may have not become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. Oh, so either way they're gonna kill someone, even if Mukuro wasn't the one who was killed, in order to eliminate KYOKO. I could have been the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? That night? The night that he had a fever? Do you mean during the night? I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. Whoa. Whoa, KYOKO. That's surprising. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases. Just like this. Oh, so she knew Makoto was about to die? So that's why she went in the room.
Anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into a room.
correct.
I ran into your room, and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. KYOKO is getting better by the second. I stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the Master Silent was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And the murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. Do you think that Mukuro, because she failed the murder, Monokuma or the mastermind decided to kill her? It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. That means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right? But why did they interfere with Mukuro's death? They could have also just killed KYOKO.
Correct.
You're right, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. Yeah, what's up with that? So, what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? Other? There's no doubt that Makoto was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not.
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about
That's right.
what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever is responsible for that. They are the ultimate despair?
It would seem.
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're...
Indeed.
Make no mistake. They're the root of all evil that's forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Oh? The end of chapter 5? No one died! I mean, except for Makoto, but... Wow! Dream Island Rocket? Okay. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused a tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now, we have to get out of here. Right now, we have to get out of this horrible place. How did she even get down here? Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. Almost like she just hid in the trash and it just went down. KYOKO, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. Oh, she does! It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
That's right. Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Well, let's do it. Hey, KYOKO, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Yes? KYOKO took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then... it opened! Yes! It opened!
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally. We were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief. Because the real fight had just begun. Okay, now we are back. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Climb. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. Wow. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. Wait, how did they fall but not break anything? Like they just straight up fell down the trash chute. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, you both fall and die. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So KYOKO, there's something I want to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So, how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So.
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right?
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. Oh. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains. Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Really? Oh yeah, they mentioned that sometime in the beginning, I remember. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However,
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school, all as the ultimate detective. I did it knowing it was something a true kitty detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you'd go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because of how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
what?
Reconnect? Oh, no? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'll be reuniting after all these years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
There is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him, face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising future.
However,
But he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Oh, not long after that, my mother died and he simply ran away. Ran away from KYOKO? Oh, that's messed up. He went to my grandfather and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family's name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above KYOKO on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I can tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know? He's had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However,
But there's one thing that I can never forgive. Really?
so...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind, like I said. I think it was a good thing.
However,
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as a little girl that was abandoned by her father. Aww. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. Oh, so she wants to sever all ties with him so she can let go of all this. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Who knows? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Finally? How long has it been? Looks like this is it.
indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's what will come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... Oh! Oh! It's this! I remember this. Looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of here. Now we're back in Hope Peak Academy. KYOKO, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. So what do we do now? Because if we leave, people will find us, right? So now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out... And I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So
Then let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we find out. And it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. Oh, they know. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is gonna happen isn't. Because the mastermind is one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared? You said something like that before. What does it mean?
so
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation onto Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we can get to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little, super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Okay, so we got out of that trash chute, all thanks to KYOKO, and now we're back at Host Peak Academy. But I think I'm gonna end it off for this episode, and then next episode we can start off going to the gym to talk with Monokuma. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to stay notified on any future updates. And yeah, so thank you again so much, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye!